Hey guys, welcome to the review, and today I want to talk about the new TV series that we've heard a couple weeks ago coming out, which is Mandalorian. It's going to be coming out to the Disney Plus in November, actually November 2nd, or I'm sorry, 12th, and it's going to be one of the latest things from the Star Wars saga. They've had a couple of things in the animation side with Star Wars Rebels and the newest one that just came out, which I haven't seen yet. And it seems like Disney is really trying to take a television series live action to another level. Mandalorian is going to be one of the newest installments of the Star Wars series before the Rise of the Skywalker, and with their new Disney Plus feature that's going to be coming out, it's going to be the main thing of the show, or the program, I should say. So Mandalorian, if you haven't watched the trailer, I'm going to put a link below so you can watch it. But it's one of those shows that seems, from the trailers at least, looks like an amazing movie. But it's only going to be spanning for a few episodes, so it's not going to be a very long series. I think this is just more like to test the water, see how everyone would like it, and then if they like it, then they're going to go to a season 2, which is a typical thing with television from my experience, that whenever there's a pilot show or pilot series, they always give less episodes until they find out how the viewers are going to reciprocate to the new show that's coming out. So let's just dive in real quick in Mandalorian. So if you don't know what a Mandalorian is in the comics and in the movies, Mandalorians were a race of warriors, a very prideful warrior, noble, and things of that sort. There's a few bad apples among them. They have clans. They have separate little clan or tribes, if you want to call it that way too, within their society. And each of them represents a certain type of culture within that society. You get to first see them in episode, I believe it was episode 2, is when we got to see first Boba Fett, back away in the 70s when the first movie came out. And you got to see a little bit of it, but no one really understood what he was, except he was a bounty hunter. And then you really understood where Boba Fett came from when they reintroduced the Star Wars series with episode 1 through 3. You got to see a little bit of where they came from in Attack of the Clone Wars episode 2. And it was basically Jango Fett, who was the one who was the test subject, in the fact that they were using his DNA, his body, to represent the clones. And you got a little bit of the story on that aspect with Jango Fett, and how he molded Boba Fett into being a bounty hunter or a warrior. And then in the TV series with the Star Wars Rebels, you got to see a little bit more of his progression of how he lived in the world of crime, in a sense, and violence, and how he honed his skills and progressively got better at doing what he does. And in that series, that's where we basically leave off with him. We don't see much of him. I think it was one season we saw a lot more, but then that was it. We didn't see much of him. So in this particular series, it's a live action one. It's a first Star Wars television series live action. No video game, no comic or anything like that. But it does take place between the end of episode 6 and in between episode 7. So it's right between that time frame. It's actually, I think, 5 years after episode 6, right before the First Order got created and established. So it was one of those things that we get to experience prior to those time frames and after the time frame of episode 6. So it's actually really cool. I actually can't wait for it to come out. As far as I know, it's available through, for me at least, I'm going to do it through Hulu. I think it's $12.99, and I can get that with the additional programs like ESPN and I think National Geographic, if I'm not mistaken. So some of the shows that they're going to come out with the Disney Plus, by the way, just to give you an idea, is that they're also planning to release probably even a new one that there's even talks about Ewan McGregor being Obi-Wan again. And that television show is going to be really exciting because of the fact that we don't know exactly yet where it's going to be. It may be somewhere between after, obviously after episode 3 and before you get to episode 4. So somewhere in that time frame, there's been a lot of comics been made about Obi-Wan and where he was heading or where he has been. So like in Marvel did a comic where he was being attacked by a assassin Wookiee, and I think there was another one that he was searching around the galaxy. He was also meditating with his master and stuff of that sort. So we don't know yet where that movie's going to go, but we do know Mandalorian is going to be kind of like the premise or the start of where it could go because of the fact of how they're designing the movie or the show, which to me looks like a movie. I first thought this must be a movie when I saw the trailer because it's just well edited. It looks really solid, clean. I was really impressed. I mean, I just can't wait for it. As far as the cast is concerned, we don't know who. I mean, we know who they are, but there's you may not heard of most of them. So the one who's going to be playing the Mandalorian, his name is called Pedro Pascal, and he has been in television before. Mainly one that I know of is Game of Thrones. He was actually, I believe he was the king, if I remember right, in Game of Thrones across the sea. And he obviously died afterwards, and then his wife started getting upset and decided to cause an attack to King's Landing. But anyways, that's a side thing. But the Mandalorian seems to be one of the newest shows that's going to be coming out. A lot of people are really saying that it's going to be the next best thing. And, there's a few people that you also may know of. His name was Carl Weathers. He's going to be playing Griff Kargan is the name. And I'm not sure what his storyline is, but I'm excited to see that guy in there because I'm a big fan of his. I've seen a lot of movies. Predator is one of the best, and obviously Rocky. He was an amazing actor in that one as well. So I'm actually really cool. It's really cool that he's a part of this type of series. Also, another guy named Giancarlo Espinozo. He's actually another actor that he always plays some type of villain role, and I think he's gonna be the lead. You get a piece of him. He's with the Stormtroopers in black, and he's kind of like the man in charge. And I think he plays those type of roles with villains wise really fantastic. I don't know the whole idea of where this story is going to be with The Mandalorian, but like I said, it's going to be a very short series. It's 8 episodes long, and we don't know exactly what it will be. I'm hoping that they do something similar to like Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., how they integrated the storyline from Mandalorian, or in that particular case, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they sometimes integrated that storyline with the movies in the MCU. So I'm really hoping that they do something similar, because I think that'd be a cool type of way to kind of relate the 2 episodes or the 2 programs in some way for future generations or future episodes. So I think if they could do that, that'd be a fabulous job. And also, I mean, I'm not sure how Obi-Wan's series is going to really fare out because of the fact that he's, taking place between 3 and 4 as opposed to where Mandalorian is 6 and 7. So we don't know yet. But, Disney is really trying to expand their audience and build more of a Star Wars related series. But on top of their also Marvel programs like WandaVision, we got Falcon, Winter Soldier, What If, Loki. They're also going to bring back. It seems like they're going to bring back the Clone Wars cartoon show. So actually, I'm really excited to see that. See how they if they're going to continue off where they left off, and I have to rewatch it because I haven't seen that in years. So I'm really curious to see, but it's launching in November, and November 12th. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you're really excited to see it, I highly recommend going to just maybe watch it. I'm sure they're gonna have like a trial version of this, so this way you can have an idea of what the program's all about. Like 7 days, 30 days. Try it out, see how it is. Maybe even take a watch of the episodes of Mandalorian. I'm not sure if they're planning to do it like one shot, or they're gonna do it in a weekly basis. I think it would be cool if they did it on a weekly basis, just because of the fact that we have like Hulu, and sometimes we even have Netflix and Hulu as well, but Netflix mainly, they always pull out their content all at once, which is great. You can binge watch, but then if you binge watch for one day the entire series, then you're like, okay, well, now I have to wait for the next one, let's say 364 days till the next series comes out, and it kind of delays your thrill of the show. So I think if they could do it in a weekly standpoint, I think it's going to be a long-lasting effect, especially since it's only 8 episodes. If they start November 12th, the Rise of the Skywalker is around December. I forget the exact date, but it's in December, I know of. And if they progress the 4 episodes by the time they get into the movie, and they have that integration in some way, maybe like a flashback from the movie to what Mandalorian is, or maybe from Mandalorian show something that you will later see in the movie, I think that would be a really cool combination. But Mandalorian, it seems really like a really good show. Again, well designed and everything like that, and he looks like a badass in the trailer. So I would highly recommend watching the trailer. I'm going to probably release some more content on this once I get more information, and there's also more videos and trailers that I can see, and read a few more information about what the premises are all going to be like. But so far I haven't seen much, except that it's going to be between 6 and 7. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Please put a like below and subscribe to my page for any new content that I'm going to be releasing in the future. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day.